Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now.
Nobody's talking about this guy. And honestly, that's exactly why you need to hear about him right now before opening day. Connor Seabold, that's the name. And before you click off, just hear me out, because there is a legitimate case being made by people inside that camp in Dunedin that this guy has pitched his way onto the opening day roster. Erden Welling, who's on the ground there, didn't write an entire article about a nobody. He doesn't do that. When he's putting together a full piece on a single player, it means something is happening. And right now, something is definitely happening with Connor Seabold. When the Jays signed him, the comment section on this channel was brutal. And fair enough, honestly. Look at his career numbers. A 7.79 ERA at the big league level. Nothing at any level that really screamed, give this guy a shot. He was brought in to eat bulk innings at AAA Buffalo. That was the plan. Show up, keep the team deep in the system, stay ready. Nobody was circling his name for the opening day conversation. Nobody. And then spring training happened. His fastball is sitting 96. That same fastball was 92, maybe 93 when he signed. That alone changes everything about how hitters have to approach him. When you add 2-3 miles per hour to a fastball, your off speed doesn't just get better, it gets dangerous. And Seabold went out and added a mid-80s slider this offseason that has been absolutely filthy. The thing has the same drop as his changeup, but breaks the opposite direction. He's thrown it 22 times this spring. Out of 11 swings against it, 7 have been empty. 7. That's not luck. That's a pitch that hitters genuinely cannot square up right now. His whiff rate across 6 spring outings sits at 46.8%. That is the second highest in all of MLB this spring. Second highest. For a guy who was supposed to be a depth arm in AAA, the Jays have to at least have that conversation internally, and based on what's being reported, they absolutely are. Now, is this sustainable? That's the real question. And it's a fair one. Spring training numbers can lie. We've all seen guys go on a run in February and March and then get touched up. The second real lineups start taking their cuts. But here's what's different about Seabold's situation. This isn't just a velocity spike that came out of nowhere. He worked with Pete Walker. He developed a legitimate new weapon in that slider. He's not just throwing harder, he's throwing smarter. And the combination of a 96 mile per hour fastball with a slider that produces that kind of whiff rate is a real bullpen profile. And the Jays need arms. Jimmy Garcia is hurt. The back end of that bullpen outside of Hoffman is thin. You've got Tommy Nance, Braden Fisher, Brennan Little, Mason Floyd. Guys who are interesting but not proven. If the Jays want someone who can go multiple innings, show up in high leverage situations, and actually miss bats, Seabold is making a case right now that is impossible to ignore. He's even said it himself. He doesn't care what the role is. Start, bulk innings, pin work, multiple innings, 1 inning, whatever gives him the best shot to get up there and help this team win, he's taking it. That mentality, combined with what he's doing on the mound, is exactly what teams gravitate toward when roster decisions come down to the wire. There's also the Yariel Rodriguez angle here. The Jays DFA Rodriguez earlier in the offseason. And now you have to wonder if, when that final roster gets locked in, there's a real choice being made between players like him and Seabold for those last few spots. A week out from opening day, that competition is very real. Now shifting over to Brandon Valenzuela, and I'll keep this brief because I'm planning a full video on him soon, but this guy has been quietly mashing this spring, and he cannot be ignored. Acquired at the deadline in 2025, came over with a reputation as an elite defensive catcher, and now he's slashing 34 with an ops pushing 850 this spring. That's not a backup catcher offensive profile. That's a legitimate contributor. He had a .665 ops in Buffalo last season. So the offensive development is real and it's recent. Kirk is your guy. Heineman is the backup. But if anything happens to either of them, Valenzuela is the first catcher up, and right now he can actually hit. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is at plus 400 for AL MVP, and I think that number is genuinely attractive when you look at his trajectory. His advanced analytics coming out of the World Baseball Classic were the best we've ever seen from him. If this is the year, everything clicks for the Blue Jays. Vlad being in that MVP conversation deep into September is not a reach. Opening day is 1 week away. Drop your thoughts on Seabold down below. Did you know who this guy was before right now? Because the people in Dunedin do.